50 episodes young, as they would say. I can't believe it's been 50 episodes where every single day we've broadcast and we've shared with the world whatever strange things have been going on through our heads, and also giving some reason to what's been going on. We're going to tell the whole story about what we actually did and how we did it later on, but it's always a pleasure to see you. And what I love is, do you remember the Play-Doh factories that when you were a kid you used to have? You put Play-Doh in, and it was a haircut one where you press a button and the hair grows. That's you, and I love it.
Yeah, that's exactly me. So, well, today we are having our season finale, which is actually very exciting. We're going to take a small little break to basically reshape the way that we're doing things, because, of course, we promised everybody that we were going to be with you until the lockdown was over. And right now, in many places, in fact, today, here in Houston, they started opening the salons and the hairdressers. So I tell you, I have the feeling that I'm going to be very happy very soon. So anyway, we are releasing now in the lockdown. So what's going to happen next? We're going to be telling you about it. But Dave, let me just ask you, if they would have told you 3 months ago that you were going to be running an international web TV show, and you were going to call about it was going to be called after toilet paper, and then the next thing was that geniuses, royalty, celebrities, and a lot of amazing people were going to be following it, would you have believed it?
I would never have believed it, Ernesto. It's a crazy idea. I mean, if anyone said to me we're going to be doing a show where we've got people like Steve Jobs' mentor, we've got the biggest names in HR, as you mentioned, some of the top women empowerment speakers on the planet. We've got internet gurus, we've got digital experts, we've got everybody we've got like 25 plus guests on this show, and every single one of them alone on a show would be a wow. And that's what I can't believe. It's spectacular.
And that is just today. Throughout the 50 days, we have 109 contributors. We created 43 hours, 23 minutes of content without these ones.
That's incredible. And you know what my favorite bit of it was? When you start to speak, you are a gem. You speaking has made my life very happy. Oh, yes.
Why? What is that?
I just got to think about it. Yeah, it's been incredible. And what I loved about it, I mean, we'll talk about it in more depth later, is we started off with no idea what we're doing. And we moved towards a very exciting finale, which is today. And look at us, we now look professional. Do you remember the first show you did where you wore your vest and underpants because you weren't sure if anybody would be watching? That's a classic. That's going to be brilliant. And we'll show that later on, so stick around for it. In fact, do not go anywhere else. This show has got so many stuff, so many bits lined up. We've got special guests on this show and special guests in this show at the same time. It's incredible.
That's very cool. Hey, let's. Why don't we actually go down memory lane and just see a short medley of all the crazy stuff that we have done during these 50 days. Have a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from Houston and Dubai, we bring you the Toilet Paper Diaries with Ernesto Verdugo and Dave Crane.
Hi, Dave. How are you? Great to see you on our first episode of the Toilet Paper Diaries.
We're coming live from a lockdown in Houston with Ernesto Verdugo and a lockdown in Dubai with Dave Crane. You are watching the Toilet Paper Diaries. And I went into the supermarket and it was really weird. It really felt like the last days of civilization before the aliens arrive.
So if you say, hey, there are 50 eggs hiding in the house, and if you find all 50, you will get this basket, yeah? But don't come back to mommy and daddy until you found all 50. And then Hide 49 and keep one in your pocket.
Oh, wow.
Hang on a second. I wasn't in my Poppins.
Women want Miranda? Here's joined.
Thank you. Yes, here I am, Raymond Aaron, reporting from Toronto, Canada, live.
But when we're at home, people are making really fundamental mistakes.
You've gone from nice flat hair, looking very cool, bit of a pimp daddy, to afro. And you got afro now, which is cool. Very exciting. 30 days doesn't seem like a lot to many people, but I guess it's like when you're watching movies about a zombie holocaust and somebody said, how long have you been alive? 30 days since the zombies broke out. Wow, that's amazing.
I think it was very important that we actually dressed for the occasion. This is a milestone, I believe, but I have to also confess, and I'm going to do a little bit of show off. Can you see over here?
No.
For many of us, the world has turned upside down. Too many people are dealing with health issues or other dislocations.
Hello, Dave. Hi, Ernesto. And thank you both so much for the daily dose of positivity that you are sharing with the world.
Hi, Ernesto. Hi, Dave. Michelle Nazarov here from Perth.
Where I come from, it's okay to greet strangers or comment to them about the weather.
It's kind of taken me away from business a little bit and got me to focus on more of the chores that my wife has on her massive list. So I'm just about to hang some of these blinds here.
Enough fun with your videos.
Happy 100th birthday, Captain Tom.
The silence of a soundtrack made me think about grit, grace, and whatever else we were talking about during gratitude. But you know what would be better? Maybe if we added the sound for everybody else to enjoy. Let's do that. Isn't it amazing how things have progressed from there? Everything has changed so much, but we didn't really know what we were doing, to be honest with you. But when we first started, we were all about what's happening in the news, what's happening with politicians, are they going to sort our lives out? And about halfway through the first week, we just went, nobody has a clue what they're doing. Should we stop talking about it? We just said, yeah. And the whole thing is grown out of us taking the role of helping people move forward, and it's kind of worked. As long as we drop the politics, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, the nicest part of that video is for me to see how my hair, it has been like the Play-Doh actually just growing like this. But yeah, you know, I mean, the reason why we got together and did this show was because we wanted to try to make sense together with other people what was going on. So basically, I have a great clip here showing the timeline from the very beginning of the year, how this whole thing got started. And I think it's also important that we see it before we continue with the show. Have a look.
As the news spreads of China's mystery illness, so too does the unknown virus. The outbreak has been linked to a seafood market in the Chinese city of Wuhan.
To get a sense of how fast the outbreak is moving, look no further than this. A building site in Wuhan that authorities say will be a 1,000-bed facility for coronavirus patients.
While there is an increased likelihood that cases may arise in this country, we are well prepared and well equipped to deal with them.
This is part of an all-out government effort to contain the virus and growing public anger at the authorities' failure to act sooner.
We're deeply concerned both by the alarming levels of spread and severity and by the alarming levels of inaction.
And so far, we have lost nobody to coronavirus in the United States. Take it easy, just relax. Relax. We're doing great.
Depois da facada não vai ser uma gripezinha que vai me derrubar, não.
I can tell you that I'm shaking hands continuously. I was at a hospital the other night where I think there were actually a few coronavirus patients, and I shook hands with everybody.
Wow. Oh my goodness. It really runs at home. I mean, we're going to have an incredible show. It's going to be enjoyable. We've got some great insights and so on. But when you look back at what happened to Iran and Italy, and then all the rest of the countries that followed suit, and then the eventual lockdown of almost the entire planet, there's never been anything like it in our lifetime, Ernesto.
Never. Well, I mean, apparently the last one was in the Spanish flu. So this is just historical times, as I have mentioned it many times. So of course, I mean, there's a lot of sadness and a lot of sorrow and a lot of disgrace. But I mean, of course, there's a lot of us which are trying to make this bearable. And this is exactly why we created the Toilet Paper Diaries, to help everybody, to be with everybody. And our promise, if I remember correctly, Dave, we said that we were going to be there every single day from day 5. Actually, if we check here in our days in quarantine meter, this is actually day number 55.
Wow.
So it's insane. In Wuhan, it was 72 days. So this is more or less what it is. And I think what's going to happen afterwards is, even if we're already released, this world has changed. We are going to have a very different world the moment that we come out. And this is exactly what our next season, which is going to be starting soon, we will tell you more about it, is going to be about. It's going to be about fast forward, about how we're going to be taking stuff after the lockdown.
Absolutely. When we see the 55 days of lockdown, for people saying, well, you're only going to 50. Well, what happens was we talked about it for a couple of days and we checked out the equipment we're going to use. And then we did a couple of test broadcasts before we actually went for it on the 4th, I think it was the 4th or 5th day, to actually make a proper show out of it. And so we've been at it ever since. So it's really exciting. We're at our at our end of season finale, and we've got some special guests who are going to be joining us, especially to wish us well as we move on and into the distance.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have for the first time actually this is the first time, but we're having very few co-hosts, and one of them you have already met, Mr. Michael Dietrich, which should be appearing at any point now. Hi, Michael.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
We're very excited.
Me too. Congratulations already on 50 episodes. When you guys started this, I thought you guys were nuts to do a daily program, and you guys have really, really gone on with it. And I'm really looking forward to you guys getting a well-deserved break.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, it's been a lot of learnings. And I think what we have learned about broadcasting, it has been also absolutely amazing. And now let's bring our other co-host also for the day, all the way from Abu Dhabi. So we have Amsterdam, Dubai, Houston, and now let's bring Abu Dhabi Do. How are you, my friend?
On your 50th episode, guys. So awesome to be on.
Thank you.
So I think what we wanted to do now is we wanted to go over some of the memories that basically we have had throughout this time. And our friend that we all know, Christian Farioli, he provided for us a really cool video that he created in Jib Jab. Have you ever heard of Jib Jab? Yeah. So let's just see the video of Christian in Jib Jab. So.
I'm in my house, quarantining, organizing, deep cleaning. Number of times I wash my hands a day, 36. I watch so much TV, I finish Netflix. I work from home, I talk on Zoom. Kids are yelling, I'm hiding in the bathroom. Digging in my freezer like a deep sea diver, cooking fish sticks and popsicles like I'm Food MacGyver. It might be boring, it's not forever. We stay at home, in this together.
Christian Farioli, who we know and we love. Christian, fantastic. He actually looks like that. That's not a cartoon. That is Christian in real life.
It just doesn't sound like him, though.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Well, kind of.
A pizza.
I could understand this
a bit
video.
Like.
So,
Michael,
What have been your craziest experiences in lockdown?
Well, what amazes me is that there's really two breeds of people. There are the people who are taking it serious and the people who aren't taking it serious. And that's the thing that's been the craziest. I've come up with this coughing defense thing now as I see people walking, and it's like, you are walking straight at me. I can tell that you are not going to adhere to the 6 feet. And boy, they will go around you. I'm like, don't screw with me. Don't screw with me. So that's the thing that's driving me nuts. Nothing specific, but people just not adhering to the rules.
How about for you, Munir?
Yeah, I find that, like Michael said, it's actually a great mechanism. If you want to get to the front of the line, just, like start coughing and people start to choose other lines really quickly. So if you're shopping, there's a great hack for you. But
other shops.
What's that?
They choose other shops.
Yeah, they choose other shops completely. Yeah, so that's been quite interesting, and just seeing people coming together online, like you guys have been bringing people together. I think that's been the most heartwarming thing that I've seen.
Yeah, for me, I love looking at all these different things. I haven't really gone out, but I've seen a lot of really interesting videos of actually people going out. Have you seen these people? I mean, these guys for me deserve their own show. I think these guys, that's my prediction, are going to become big stars as soon as we actually finish the quarantine. Just have a look.
Okay, guys, I'm headed to the store. Text me if you think of anything that you need, okay? Anybody see my keys? Oh, there they are. Okay, bye.
Guys, thanks for hearing my proposal, and I look forward to hearing from you. All right, see ya.
Joe, what's up, man?
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
How's your family? Been like a couple of months, right? It's Carrie's birthday?
Says hi.
Tell her I said happy birthday, dude.
Thanks, man. See ya.
Oh, taco night, guys. It's gonna be good. Can't wait to try these. Cracked pepper, are you kidding me?
Hey, this came for you.
Oh, thanks.
Honey, I'm gonna get a beer with Chris. Yeah, with all this sitting on my butt, I think I'm getting hemorrhoids.
What?
I think I'm getting hemorrhoids.
You're on steroids?
No, fissures in my bottom.
You're going fishing tomorrow?
Hemorrhoids!
Look, honey, I'm on TikTok now.
You're stepping on something while you're sticking your butt out and you're skiing forward. Like ski jumping.
Like that?
Ski jumping, there you go, yeah. Sweet, NBA basketball. Players playing Xbox. Darts reruns. A horse tournament, sign me up.
I heard the roll spinning that was definitely more than 4 squares. Stop it. You can wipe yourself with a sock for all I care. No more than 4. Hey guys, pizza's here. No. Back up. Leave it in the street. Thanks.
I hope they remembered my red pepper flakes this time. Jeez. Okay.
Man, Susan and Karen are walking. They're like 4 feet apart. They don't live together. They get spread out. I'm not being nosy. This is a police matter. Call 911. Why are you putting on makeup?
The mail is gonna be here soon. Duh.
I have not eaten in 10 minutes. I am starving.
Yeah, well, we made it to 10 a.m. Yeah, cheers.
Fissures in my butt!
Sorry.
Fissures in my bottom!
Sorry, I was laughing. Sorry, I can't laugh.
Hemorrhoids!
Sorry, it's really sorry. Good.
Hemorrhoids! Just stop laughing.
Sorry. No more than 4.
Sonny, your mommy's crazy. She's giving you so much side-eye right now.
Oh, Johnny, you don't even use toilet paper. That's why you're my favorite.
Oh, that is brilliant. I love that. It's fantastic. And it's so true.
Yeah. I think these guys are. I think these guys are going to really be doing very well. If you watch their channel, it's just phenomenal what they have been doing. You also have a friend, Michael, that has been singing every day, right? So you're competing with us.
Yeah, well, it's not competition. It's slightly different. It's your show is a little bit longer. His is about 3 minutes a day. His daughter films, and on Wednesday his daughter sings. And every once in a while they dress up. On Wednesday he wears a jacket. He takes requests, people who are lost people or wedding anniversaries, birthdays, and he sits behind his piano. And every day at 5 o'clock he sings a song. He's even got people in the garden in his little village that are social distancing. And so at the end of every song you hear applause, and it's getting more and more. And he had to say, like, hey, stay at home and watch online. There's too many people in my garden.
Yeah. When I meant competing was that basically trying to reach the 50 episodes. Not that we were competition, but basically trying to reach the 50 episodes. That's what I meant.
Yeah, but we did have a slight advantage as well. And that's, I mean, advantage is a weird word, but we were put in lockdown before the States were. We were more than a week ahead of you. So we had it's like saying, oh, Dubai has less Olympic medals. Yeah, because they weren't established as a country until way later. So it's kind of a thing like that.
Can I just check something, gents? Because I want to check about the truth about broadcasting. I want one by one, every one of us to step up and show whether, everyone's wearing a suit, some of us are wearing a tie, everyone's looking glamorous with a jacket, but are you going commando below the surface? Ernesto, stand up. Let's see you first. Come on.
The truth.
You play the theme for Magic Mike. Shows the legs. Hey, he's wearing shorts.
Not commando, but at least I'm in shorts. This is the way to dress. Now are you? England pants. Oh, okay.
There you go. That's all you're going to see without paying money. Right, Michael, you're up next.
Come on. You know me. I would never do something tacky like that.
Dead budgies never fall out of cages, so we're going to be okay.
I feel decent. Now. I feel decent.
Oh, look at that. Fantastic.
His shorts even match. Yeah, I love it.
Fantastic. We got a full set.
Yeah, our first guests coming up here. It is just fantastic. Now they're also wearing their suits and everything. Shall we also ask them if they're wearing?
No.
Ernesto, Dave Crane. Hey, just wanted to give you guys big congratulations on your 50th episode. You guys bring so much content, valuable content, and you do it in such a humorous way, but it's really good global information that we could all use. I enjoy sharing it with my friends, and I've heard some great comments from them. Keep up the good work, sir. Both of you. You're doing a great job. Thank you again. From Houston, Texas. This is Pete Garcia.
Hello Ernesto, hello Dave. Greetings from Caparol, Dubai. And congratulations on 50 shows. Great achievement. We at Caparol are still working. As construction-related industry, we are exempt from any lockdown, but it's a lot slower and we are in crisis mode. We are looking at cost-cutting, getting our supply arranged, so we are busy with many issues. And we are also taking opportunities. We are now introducing a paint, Capacare Protect, which helps to protect the walls against virus and bacteria. So there are opportunities, and we think we come out better after the crisis. And I wish you all the best. Stay safe, stay healthy. Back to you, Dave and Ernesto.
Hi, this is George France. I'm Senior Vice President of Tourism for Houston First, and I appreciate the opportunity to be able to deliver this message to you today. Houston First is basically the city's destination marketing organizations, which means we do promotion for leisure travel as well as for conventions. We own the George R. Brown Convention Center as well as the Hilton Americas Hotel Houston, manage the theaters in downtown Houston as well as a lot of the parking in downtown Houston. And I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you about the effects of COVID-19. I don't think it'll surprise anyone to to know that the city's hotel community has taken a very big hit. I can tell you that occupancy levels are in the single digits in parts of the city, and that leisure travel as well as business travel has been affected quite drastically. However, with all that said, we don't plan on going anywhere. We are already in contact with many of our customers. You may have heard that the Offshore Technology Conference canceled for this year, but of course we're already working on dates for the following year. We're looking to reschedule conferences that were scheduled at this time, and then already working on marketing campaigns to actually bring back visitors to the city. So I'll pass it back to you.
So many big stars, all contributing, all the plans that they've been involved with. Thanks, guys. We've got more big stars on the way, by the way. We've already planned something like 25 guests are going to be joining us to tell their story. And if you are not connected with them, make sure you do, because every single one of them is a huge decision maker in their industry. And you want to make sure they're connected to you on LinkedIn and any other platform too.
Absolutely. I think it is, one of the things that really humbles me about this experience is that people which are going to be sharing with the audience, and of course they're interested in connecting with everybody, they are from different facets in my life, from different times in my life, and they're just amazing people. So make sure to connect with Pete, make sure to connect with Martin. I mean, Martin is a fantastic guy. Pete is just an amazing person, and George from the convention center here also in Houston is incredible. So absolutely, let's move on, Dave. What is next in the agenda? You're basically running the agenda, so you have to tell me what we have.
Thank you. I think we're joined by one of our heroes. Now, Trevor Noah was somebody who was one of the big stars like Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Fallon, who were part of the late night talk show hosts who throughout their entire career were fun to watch, but over the last couple of years, a bit more political, but very interesting. But when the coronavirus hit the world as a pandemic, everybody was forced into lockdown. Now, the big challenge for those guys is they're used to working with a studio audience. As soon as that disappeared, they're at home, same as us, putting their show together. And I believe that Trevor Noah has finally managed to reach his number of 30 shows. We've done 50, but Trevor Noah up next.
That's right. For 1 month, I've been making the show from my apartment. And I'll be honest, the only reason I haven't gone crazy is because I know that we're all in this together. And so to try and say thank you for keeping me going, I decided to put together this little celebration of all the good times that we've shared.
Imagine all the people.
Imagine you shut the f*** up.
When I think about what a month we've had, it's been hard for everyone. And I know we'll get better as time heals all wounds. We got to do some of the things we wanted to do. We've learned about ourselves, and we've had fun too. When I think about the month we've had, can't believe I did all those crazy things.
The incredible Trevor Noah. And every single late night show host has gone through a similar kind of growth, from first of all sitting on their sofa looking at their phone on a tripod, to eventually getting the guys in their various different homes to contribute by doing post-production and doing pop-ups and videos and stuff. So it's been great to have them doing what they were doing. And it's still interesting to watch, of course.
Yeah, well, it's been great. I mean, we have been growing at the same speed. We have also included our kids to be doing everything. We have also done absolutely every single thing that they have been doing. I mean, we're getting here a very important message coming from your boss over there. Now, guys, remember to thank Ariola and I. We have been supporting you both. You are absolutely right, Aziza. You are absolutely right. And you are going to see it later on. We actually have a little, very important message for you girls, because, of course, if it would not have been because of you, this would not have happened. So absolutely, you are completely right. So let's just say hello to everybody which is watching right now. We get Sandeep, which is watching us there. We're getting Christian, also there that he saw his video. We're getting Brenda, which is watching there. We're getting Benjay Tolan saying hello, happy birthday, happy 50.
Feels like a birthday. Feels like 50 years.
So just we're getting a lot of comments. So if you're here, make sure to comment and make sure to share this episode, because we're going to be having, if you're having it right now, just share with your groups. Let other people know that we are live, because we still have a lot of amazing guests.
Absolutely. We've asked everyone to contact us in groups of 3 to make sure the timeline is running effectively. And the thing is, I won't say which ones we've got coming up, because of a simple reason that everybody's equal status. As I mentioned, we've got royals, we've got people who are from different parts of the industry, people running airlines, people who are on TV, radio. We've got superstars that were coaching people, the biggest names you know in every industry there as well, award winners. It's just nonstop. So I'd just like to see who's coming up. But before we do that, I want to plug our podcast. If you want to catch up and you want to enjoy our Toilet Paper Diaries, this will be 50 episodes on podcast. You can just go to and get from all the normal podcast channels, Apple and Spotify and everywhere else. Make sure you go along to there. Download all the episodes. Watch them when you're walking with dogs, or you're chilling out at home, or in the car. I guarantee there's some incredible information there. Plus, we have a good laugh. So join us for the podcast, and we'll plug us a couple of times to make sure you remember about it. I think we should go now to our friends and see who's going to say hi.
Hello, Dave and Ernesto, and greetings from Alan Wright in sunny England. It really is sunny. I'm missing seeing friends around the world in person. Caribbean shirt, as you can see, to remind me of travelling. I should have been much around the world these few months on cruise ships and doing group promotions. But my best tip is to enjoy the world as it is. We are blessed to live in this age when we can talk to our friends around the world as easily as this, and think of the people who are suffering really bad times at the moment. Help people while you can. I'm spending time volunteering with our National Health Service, who really need it at the moment. And one way we're doing it, which is going very well, as you might know, my book, there he is, Kitten Cuthbert, doing nicely. And we've brought forward a book we were going to do next year, which is this one. And as you can see, Kitten Cuthbert, all up in his protective gear to help the NHS. So greetings to you all. Happy 50th programme, and look forward to seeing you in person before too long.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Ernesto. Congratulations on your 50th episode. You guys are doing fantastic work, and we appreciate all you're doing. My name is Natalie Seiss, and I am the former Human Resources Director at the Johnson Space Center here in Houston and thought leader on culture change. For the past year, I've been working with a couple of my colleagues on a research project looking at how organizations can drive innovation in their organizations. This project is being underwritten by the Institute for Manufacturing at the University of Cambridge in the UK. And this year we're focused on metrics. How do we measure the effectiveness of the changes that organizations put into place? The 3 elements that we've been focused on are transformational leadership, organizational climate, and policies and practices. If you're interested in participating in our project or would like to have a copy of our paper once it's published, please let me know. I'll send you the information. Thank you, and hope everyone is doing well in this remote work environment that we're all in.
Hi Ernesto, hi Dave, John Briggs here with another brief bulletin for you on how things are progressing. One of the things that's become very clear in the last 8-9 weeks or so is that leadership is incredibly important. We've seen government leaders, people at the top of the leadership tree, people who are having to make decisions based on very limited information, looking after their countries, leading their people to safety, in inverted commas. And one of the things that's also vital when you watch that process going on in front of you is that you realize people do not buy into the vision that they present unless they buy into the leader themselves. So if you are leading an organization, however big, however small, whatever leadership capacity you have, Make sure you're observing what they're doing, where they go wrong and where they go right, and apply it to what you do. And remember, people will not follow you unless they buy into you as a person, you as a leader first, and then you'll be able to lead them where you wish. John Briggs, live from his couch, back to you in the studio.
Fantastic, John. The voice of Siri. And Natalie, we met in NASA. That was about a year ago. And Alan Wright. I was working, my first job at the BBC was working alongside Alan in BBC Cleveland many, many years ago. And what I love about John is that he's not only is he the voice of Siri, but I also know that all the guys who are the voices of certain things, all the voiceover guys got together to make a video for everybody about staying safe during the lockdown. And I love that video. And you know what? It would be really cool to share it with you now.
Hello.
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 Is there anybody out there?
Can you hear me?
How are you doing?
I'm not just an ordinary voice.
Not just a film trailer voice.
I am
A voiceover.
the Mind the Gap voice.
The X Factor voice.
The impressionist voice. So great.
The Big Brother voice.
Speaking clock voice.
The newsreader voice.
The smart speaker voice.
The voice of the balls. The weakest link voice.
The cartoon voice.
The voice that says,
Press 1 for customer service.
And
Don't forget your change, especially notes.
and
Gordon's alive!
we are speaking as one.
To say,
To say,
To say,
steer at home.
protect the NHS.
save lives.
and
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
keep talking.
Keep talking.
Continue de parler.
बात करते रहिए.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Don't keep it to yourself.
And if others want to talk to you, listen.
We can all get through this.
If we stay at home.
Protect the NHS.
Save lives and
Keep ruddy well talking.
A message from Voiceovers United.
Fantastic. Some amazing voices recognizable from your gadgets and your TV and adverts and everyone everywhere.
Genius.
Talk about influencers and leaders. And I think that's one of the things that's come out of this whole experience of a lockdown, the pandemic, and seeing who's stepping up to the plate. One of my favorite people is Her Excellency Sarah Al-Madani, who I've worked with many times together. She's an absolutely incredible inspiration. She's a great business person. She's just a poster child for women empowerment. She runs a very successful business. And when you see her on stage speaking, she's just absolutely stunning and fantastic. So I got on to Sarah and said, do you want to join us on the show? And hopefully she'll be joining us too.
Hi Dave, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I wanted to congratulate you on your 50th episode of your show. This is exactly the kind of content people really need during these kind of times. The positivity, the support that you offer is amazing, and wishing you 100 more episodes and wishing you all the success in the world.
Fantastic. I don't know if I want 100 more episodes, but I'll take it as it comes. Thank you very much, Sarah, for joining us on the show. We got some more superstars, and do you want to introduce the next one, Ernesto?
My trainer, when I actually did all my Tony Robbins training, something like about 20 years ago. And it was just amazing. I mean, afterwards, I was part of the leadership, and I was also working on the training and training myself to be a trainer. So doing the trainer. She's super well known in the Tony Robbins world. Her name is Connie Osterholt. And you're going to see right now, she has also a nice message for us. Let's have a look.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Ernesto. Congratulations on doing 50 days, consecutive days of this show. Well done. I'm Dr. Connie Osterholt. And, you know, one of my specialties is to go into what you really need right now. And in this special time, in this bizarre time, it all comes down to your emotional strength. Now, most of us think that emotions are just coming by, we feel what we feel, and that's what we deal with. But you have the power to choose. It's okay to feel sad, or it's okay to feel fear, but do not get stuck in it. Go like, okay, what do I need to feel right now to get through this? Whether you're alone in it, whether you have your family, whether you have your kids at home, whether your business is not going anywhere, whether your job is challenging, the whole thing is challenging, but draw that strength from inside. So what do you need right now? You can think of courage or love or faith or hope or whatever you choose. And if you have difficulties accessing that emotion, just think back of a time where you felt that. And when you felt it as such, then you can repeat it and feel it again. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie.
Yeah, it's so nice to see her. You know, I have some really nice comments over here. I'm getting a comment here from Alexandra Williams, which is telling us, great show. Sad that I missed so many. Alexandra, you haven't. You just need to go to YouTube and just type the Toilet Paper Diaries, and you will find all the different episodes that we have recorded there. So make sure that you get it there. We're also getting some...
Don't just put toilet paper, you'll get a different video. Toilet Paper Diaries.
Toilet Paper Diaries, that is correct. Frank Mulcahy saying, once again, an incredible show. Thank you, Frank. We're getting some comments. Saludos desde Costa Rica, Johnny Tarsica. Hey guys, it will be awesome if you let us know where are you watching. So far, this show has been watched in 63 countries that we are aware. So let us know where are you watching from right now if you're actually watching live. And Dave, you know what? One of the things that I really like are the creativity of people, of how they are making music and different parodies about this. Have you seen the one about Nessun Dorma?
It's amazing and really good singing, and I think it's brilliant. If we show that now, I think everybody will give a chorus and join in, at least as best as they can. So here we are, on the 50th episode of the Toilet Paper Diaries, with a little bit of classical opera just for you.
No corona, no corona. The days are getting longer, my cabin fever stronger. All due to bad spit on my couch now, I must sink in my pajamas. But when the quarantine is done, when we can gather again as one, we'll celebrate the things we took for granted all over the planet, and we will rise again, rise again,
I was singing along and I was so bad. So bad. So glad the microphone was down. I shouldn't be doing opera ever. But there we go. That was beautiful.
That is absolutely phenomenal.
It's brilliant, isn't it? And I will practice that again for maybe next time, but maybe not in public. Great guests.
We haven't told everybody, but a little bit later on, we are having for the first time live in the Toilet Paper Diaries a live performance, which I think is going to be amazing.
I can't wait.
We won't tell them anything, but in a moment we're going to have actually a live performance. So keep an eye on that. Moving on, we are having more guests, and this set of guests, once again, I am every time humbled about the amazing people that we know that we have in our networks. I believe, Dave, I know that both of us think exactly the same way. You know, your network is the most important thing in the world, and just this is proof of the incredible networks that we both have to actually pull all these people together. So let's just go ahead.
I was going to say that all the people that are on the show today and all the people on the shows to date have been people that we've known, we've connected to, we've worked with. And when we turned around and said, would you like to come on our show for free? Everybody stepped up and said, yeah, I'd love to. Fantastic. Now, remember, these guys go out for a fortune, anything from $10,000 to $200,000 for an hour's performance. And they're joining us on the show. Why? Because they care. They want it to work. They want people's lives to be enriched by them sharing what they do and sharing their wisdom. And we're eternally grateful for that. So wonderful. Thank you so
they're
much.
tuning into the same frequency. So let's start with Jeshant Pawar, which is the general manager for KLM Air France or Air France KLM in the Middle East. What is it? UAE, Pakistan, and Iran. Let's have a look.
Hello, Ernesto and Dave. Congratulations on the success of your show and your 50th episode today. Air France and KLM Royal Dutch Airlines together have 188 years of experience in connecting nations and people. Along the way, we've learned quite a few lessons. In my mind, the two most important of these. Number one, we would not be as Air France KLM one of the leading airline groups without the loyalty of our customers, the support of our trade partners, and the incredible work men and women do at Air France KLM every single day. Number two, the future has become highly uncertain. If COVID-19 has taught us to look at business in a new way, one of the most important things we need to continue looking at is the environment, whether it relates to corporate social responsibility or the new meaning of safety for our customers. We aim to reinvent ourselves where needed and take care of old expectations while making sure we also take care of new expectations. I want to thank you for having me on your show. I wish you well and do stay safe.
Hi there, Dave. Hello, Ernesto. How are you guys? This is Ethna Trainer in Dubai, and you two, I've got to say, have to be the original two amigos. Well done. 50 shows on, up there every day, engaging and entertaining on the TPDs. You know how much I love the name of that show. Never mind. But well done to you. I mean, since we're all in the business of communication, this is what it's all about. A little bit of entertainment, but while sending good, strong messages as well. This is absolutely essential. It's a tough time for everybody around the world, but with you two out there making sure that we're engaged and entertained, what can we do? We just got to say, well done, guys. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much, and we'll be back when you hit 100.
Gents, great to be on the show, and make sure you keep doing what you're doing. It's very, very important. My piece of advice would be something that a guy called DJ Semtex once said to me. DJ Semtex is a British DJ. He works for the BBC, Radio 1 Extra to be precise. And it was when I was a student at university, I said to him, what advice would you have for somebody like myself, somebody who wants to be like you? And he said, this game is 20% talent, 80% hard work. And he said, and maybe I'm overstating it with a 20% talent. And what I really took from that is that being gifted, having a head start, isn't what it's all about. It's about the grind, it's about persistence, it's about determination, and it's about not giving up. Gents, hope you're happy with that. Stay safe, stay healthy. It's back to you in the studio.
Fantastic. The superstars keep coming in, but many people watch.
That's so cool.
From different industries who are going, oh my goodness, you know that guy, or you know that woman, or you've managed to get them. Yes, we have. We've been connected, you crazy people. And that's what it's all about. But here's the thing. Everyone's on the same platform. When you're in lockdown, everybody is just looking after each other, connected. And as we've said before, it's about finding the Wi-Fi code of your audience when you're working with a live audience, and even more so when you're working on the internet. And it's always been about just connecting and helping. And it's a beautiful thing when it all comes together. And we've certainly enjoyed that whole experience. And Ernesto, I mean, I've loved working with you. We're looking more like twins every single time we broadcast. You realize that?
We have also always looked like twins.
So.
Hey, you know, as you were saying something very true. I mean, right now, everybody, it doesn't matter who they are, whether it is the top CEO or the biggest celebrity, everybody's in the exact same place. And this just proves something. I mean, there's this song that I like very much in the 80s, and I know that you also liked it, which is called Mad World, that was played by
Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears, correct. And here we have, what is his name?
Kurt Smith, from Tears for Fears, and his daughter Diva singing for us Mad World, new version, but just as good.
Very cool. We will just play a little bit of it so you can get the hang of it. But it's a fantastic tune. Have a look.
Familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, brightened early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere, and their tears are filling up their glasses. No expression, no expression. Have my head, I want to drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, 'cause I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Mad world. Mad world.
Beautiful. And Tears for Fears, of course, Roland Olafabal de Quintana, who used to be his partner, maybe still is. But he's looking old. He must be in his 60s now, but still great voice. Kurt Smith there with his daughter Diva. And for an old 80s fart like me, I love their music. How about you, Ernesto? Certainly I've kept the 80s hair. Look at this. Look at that.
Yeah.
I don't know you. So it's the same thing.
We're with the 80s here. That is correct. Hey, Dave, let's tell everybody what we are, what we're going to be doing afterwards. Right now, everybody has been asking me, are you really going to quit the Toilet Paper Diaries? Is it going to really be the end? And the answer is no. We are not going away. We need a little bit of time to prepare for the next phase, because this phase, I think it's almost over. I mean, I think it's just fading out. I hope. I cross my fingers. I hope that we don't have to start once again where we were a little bit earlier. And that's why make sure to pay attention to the health people which are telling you what to do. So that's just the most important thing. But anyway, right now, my feeling is that a lot of people are confused in what they are going to be doing, in what they're going to be doing after the lockdown is over. And the best way to describe what's going on is people are basically jumping the gun. They are having a lot of false starts. And this is exactly the metaphor that Dave and I were thinking on for what we're going to be doing afterwards, which is called fast forward. So possibly you can elaborate a little bit on what we are going to be doing when we return to the networks.
Yeah, absolutely. For most of the people who stuck with us all the way through, you'll have seen the evolution of a show. And we jumped in with the Toilet Paper Diaries, and we called it that because it was funny, and we weren't really sure where we were going with it. But what we found is the biggest challenge isn't about keeping people safe. The biggest challenge is about the workforce, about people wondering what to do next, and how to reinvent your business to stay relevant in a world where people don't go connecting to each other, they don't work in an office, and not only are not thinking about a local market, you're thinking about a global market. So we've been in that world for quite some time. Ernesto and I have had overseas staff, remote staff for a good 10, 15 years. And so we knew we had an insight to be able to help people as well as being marketers and speakers. So fast forward, when we come back again, will be an evolution of the Toilet Paper Diaries. We promised to keep the show going as long as you needed us to be there while you're stuck in lockdown. I think we've taken you on that journey. The next stage is how you reinvent yourself in a world that's changing. Everybody who's involved in education has seen people working online, not going into school anymore. Anybody involved in flights and airlines has seen that airlines are locked down. Okay, they might start moving again, but it won't be back to the same. And meanwhile, that everybody's going to be laying off staff. What are those people going to do? They're going to have to find a side hustle and turn it into a main job. For that entire journey, myself, Ernesto, all the guests you see on this show and previous shows will all be there for you. And when we bring back Fast Forward, it's got one thing in mind: getting you into full, wonderful employment, earning as much as you deserve to earn, and having a good laugh along the way, which is what we've always done throughout our careers as well. It's about right, isn't it, Ernesto?
Absolutely, that is correct. And I think it's now a good time that we continue with our amazing guests. And this time, we're also going to bring one of our really close friends. Barry Cummings is actually right now waiting for us there. And he has a very special project and a very nice message. So let's just have a look. Hey, Barry.
Hi Dave, hi Ernesto. Massive congratulations on the achievement. 50 days consecutively putting out this kind of content. I've been tuning in when I can. Huge congratulations, really adding value whilst we're locked down. As we are locked down, we're spending a lot more time in the online space. So with that in mind, the piece of advice or a little top tip I'd like to give is around our online reputation. Taking control of what's out there about us. If nothing else, every business owner out there should be taking this time to create content and start to position themselves as an authority in their space. And content is a great way of doing that. Video, live TV, podcasts. So start to think about how you can build that into your daily regime. And then secondly, set up Google alerts or Talkwalker alerts. Set them up for your personal name, for your business name, for your competitors' names, and for keywords associated with your business. That way, anything gets published, you get notified, and then you can start to create another piece of content around that specific subject because you know people are looking for it.
Hi Dave. Hi Ernesto. Congratulations on the 50 episodes of the show. Let me show you today 2 tips that will stay for a lifetime. Tip number 1, you're always in the right place and in the right time. No matter how much we plan, no matter how much we strategize, it's always managed upstairs. He knows everything. He has the full power and he has the full compassion for us. When plans don't go as our expectations, we should always think that a better plan is done for us. By living this principle, we tend to let go. We trust more and we avoid overanalysis. Hence, we live peace and we live happiness. Tip number 2, everything given to you is a gift. Nothing is a right. Whatever you are given, whatever you are granted, it all belongs to Him. He gives whenever and however, and He takes whenever and however. But it's always taken in the right time and in the right way, and given back in the right time and in the right way. By living this principle, we build gratitude and we build appreciation.
Hey Ernesto, hey Dave. Congratulations to your 50th episode. What an accomplishment. I am so thrilled to be included. My name is Beate Gillette. I'm the founder of the Women's Code, also known as the Growth Architect. And my thought right now for you is I want you to think about what makes you so special. I call this the super skill, because what brought you here isn't going to get you through this and isn't going to get you out to recovery as quickly as you can possibly can. So what goes into the development of a super skill? Well, you got to get really clear what is so easy to you that you are amazed that other people just don't know how to do that. That usually is a pretty good path to figuring out what you are great at and why you are so unique, because you're going to have to learn now how to pitch your unapologetic value proposition to get more jobs, to get better deals, and to get in front of people in a non-intrusive relationship-driven way. And other than that, back to the studio, and thank you so much for having me.
Wow, fantastic! We've got sheikhs on, we've got business gurus.
Beata was one of the most influential people, according to the Huffington Post, one of those women that you have to follow, the 50 women that you have to follow. So it's really amazing, people. And Dave, I think we got to a point that we should better tell our story, how the whole thing started for us, how it has impacted us, and basically what we're working on. I'm very excited because we're going to be revealing for the first time what Dave and I have been doing behind the scenes. On February 12, 2020, Dave and I flew from Dubai to Mumbai with 20 international speakers to participate on the World HRD Congress. It was then, for the first time, that I was confronted with people wearing masks in the airport. It never occurred to me what we will be facing 28 days later. On March 12, 2020, I was in Ciudad Juarez, border city with El Paso, Texas, with my entire family renewing our American visas. We drove from Juarez to San Antonio, and when we arrived to San Antonio, while I was checking in at the hotel, I heard President Trump announcing a ban of 30 days on European flights. My father-in-law, who was booked to travel the next day, managed to depart on the last flight out from Houston to Amsterdam. As of Saturday, March 14, we have been ordered in lockdown until further notice. On that same day, I had a long-planned follow-up webinar with all our international speakers that went with us to Mumbai, and I had to explain what my thoughts were. A reset button has been pushed, I said, and I told them that life will never be the same again. This was 9/11 2.0. Shortly afterwards, I called Dave and we both started developing the idea of a good news TV show to help speakers and entrepreneurs, and on Monday, March 16, 2020, we aired a pilot of what we called the Toilet Paper Diaries. We had no idea what we were doing, yet this was our way to contribute to society, but also a way to reinvent ourselves in the fastest way possible. The Toilet Paper Diaries has been a blessing in disguise, because we are now not anymore speakers, we are broadcasters. We understand exactly how to churn incredible content on a daily basis, and now that we are getting closer to the lockdown being finished, we will use these skills to offer virtual training experiences to our customers. We all remember how amazing it was to go to events and speak for hundreds, if not thousands of attendees. But let's face it, this is not going to happen in a while. And you'll agree with me, Zoom calls and webinars are not the way to take our speaking careers digitally. Everyone and their mother are doing the exact same thing. They're trying to figure out how to sell webinars to clients. They do summits or Facebook Lives. But let me ask you, who is actually doing virtual training experiences? Not many. Why? Because they simply thought going digital was doing webinars. Having done 50 episodes of the Toilet Paper Diaries has taught me how to use broadcasting and television technology to deliver exciting corporate training, second to the powerful live events that we will not experience for a while. The event industry will face a hard time in the next few months. Yet, I am incredibly grateful to Dave, our hundreds of correspondents around the world, and most especially to my wife and kids, who despite me being at home, they have hardly seen me as I've been working really hard on my new reinvention.
That was beautiful. That made me want to cry, Ernesto. I would like to give you a big hug as much as I can do. A virtual hug like that. You know, my nanu reaching out across the airwaves to just, you know, feel the love in a kind of good way. Munir, it's always good to feel your love as well. How you doing, fella?
I'm good. I thought this was a PG show. I didn't think we were going to be feeling anyone's love on air.
Not right now. Maybe at the after show. We'll
Okay,
just keep it
good.
to ourselves. That's all right.
That is awesome.
So that
So,
was
yeah,
your-
basically what I am working on is in creating virtual training experiences, which is something completely different than doing webinars or doing summits or doing Zoom calls. And we're very excited. Dave, we're working on that. And Munir, you are also learning all these skills, and you have been going now live all the time, and you have been learning all those funny tricks on how to actually make these trainings fun. So you have some of those really fun stuff to actually share with us. So tell us, how has it been so far?
Well, I gotta say, like, after watching you guys for some time, I was inspired. You know, I came on, and initially I started to judge you guys. I was very judgy in terms of seeing what you guys were doing, but I got very inspired, and I was like, okay, how can we get further, faster in today's day and age, and what can we do to really grab people's attention when it comes to video online? And so I've been going live just like you guys every single day. After seeing you guys do it for a while, I started, okay, let me go on my YouTube channel, so youtube.com/Munir, and I've been going live every single day and finding ways to just add a bit of humor, you know, like get people interested, and using loads of different effects, different lighting, different gimmicks, and I think it's been good. Like a lot of people just tend to try and watch me online, and I think it works. They get a couple of smiles, etc. So it's like you say, this is the day that we have to, you know, move away from the webinars. How do we connect with people with where they're at? My kids, you know, when we do it live, my kids every once in a while run in, and these are the issues that you have with going live, but people actually appreciate the rawness, the mistakes, the mess ups. And so
one of the things, Munir, can I just say, we saw your son earlier, Kamal earlier. Is it Kamal? And he looks just like you, but a younger version. It's a shame he's not here, so we can see exactly what that looks like.
And so this is if Carmen was here, I think he'd look a little bit like this. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Yeah. This is how I looked when I was young. I'm just saying. Thank you.
Nobody will remember it. It reminds me of Different Strokes. Nobody remembers the show, but that's what I was thinking. What a superstar. Munir, we'll be chatting to you in a bit. Fantastic. Stay with us. And
That's
we look
phenomenal. So, as we were saying, guys, if you want to learn, I mean, if you also think that webinars and Zoom calls and all these things with everybody and their mother are doing, make sure to connect with us, because we're actually doing some really cool stuff. Can you imagine actually training in corporations and being able to do all these kinds of things and be able to do something like what we are doing on the Toilet Paper Diaries? This is just absolutely phenomenal. So make sure that you connect with us here in Ernesto.today. Send us an email, and we will be also working with you. I mean, Michael, Munir, Dave, myself, we already know how important it is to actually try to bring the digital version of a training or a really live event to the digital places. Dave, you're also now busy with digital stagecraft. So before you actually explain that, let's just have a look on how this whole story of 50 days on the Toilet Paper Diaries has affected your life. Have a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've hosted over 1,000 events, and there's nothing more exciting or nerve-wracking than getting to introduce one of the best in the business. He's an award-winning international motivational speaker and coach. He's worked with celebrities like James Brown and Bruce Willis.
And I'm Jack Canfield. And I'm Brian Tracy. And I'm John Gray. I'm Jared Robin.
And I'm Perry Marshall.
Hi, and I'm George Regan.
To audiences of over 1 billion people. He's sharing how to become unstoppable in business. It's my honor to introduce to you Dave Crane.
Now you might not recognize me because it looks like I'm wearing a pair of underwear on my face. That's better, it's the real me. So before all this happened, I was really busy being a motivational speaker, traveling around the world, doing gigs like this. I need to take a photo of you and me together with the audience because my wife doesn't know where I've been for 3 days. I was training people to be great speakers from all around the world, sometimes online, sometimes offline. If you're not able to evolve, you won't be in a position where you're able to survive and keep moving forward. And then the virus happened. And we're in lockdown. So I couldn't go out to play. Instead, I spent all this time with my beautiful wife.
Get away, get away! Go away! Go.
Aziza, my beautiful daughter.
So basically, what is boring about him is I see him too much. And he makes the same jokes every time.
A bit funny?
Duh.
Maya, and of course, 2 dogs, Ash and Snow. So then I decided to catch up with my dear friend Ernesto Verdugo, who you might have met before.
Hi, this is Dave Crane. I am very excited to let me start again.
Pathetic. What we're looking to do is get all the people who are really scared about what's going to happen next and share with them at least our insights and just be good company. But the deal was we had to do it every single day. So what we're going to call the show? Well, being me, I thought about the most important thing on everybody's mind. Toilet paper. Every single day, Toilet Paper Diaries! Got some incredible friends that have joined us.
Joel Comm here in Denver, Colorado.
Reporting from Kansas City.
Pete Garcia coming to you from Houston, Texas.
We've had such a laugh doing it.
Hi guys, here we are all, Vincent and Joan and Nina and little Boris.
Did you forget the names of your family members? You had to look at them and go, we've got Nina, my wife, my son, and the dog. It looked like you were trying to work it out at the beginning of the video. It's been an absolute honor for the last 50 days to share with you every single day for an hour the Toilet Paper Diaries. Come and join me. I'll see you at the Toilet Paper Diaries. Good looking fella.
That's very cool. So Dave, tell us a little bit about stagecraft, because I mean, I feel actually honored to have not only you, but have also Michael on that side. Both of you are masters on the stage. I mean, I have seen very few people which are as good in the stage. So can you, Dave, tell us what is digital stagecraft?
Yeah, digital stagecraft. I mean, I've been training people in public speaking and stagecraft for many years, but digital stagecraft is a whole new thing that's really come to the fore in the last couple of months, because we're not going out into big audiences and you're not working audiences. Instead, what you have to do is get all the skills that you normally need to be able to work an audience and almost put them through a bottleneck where you have to get everything through a screen to somebody in their home. And there's a number of different things you do, including changing the backdrop and the way that you present. It's like becoming a TV presenter, which is one of the highest levels of speaking anyway. But unless you do it like that, you really are going to drop down. So many people think that all they have to do is talk to the screen or show a PowerPoint or do a webinar, and they're so bad at it. So digital stagecraft is a term that we came up with. And I've got to say, at this stage, before we do anything, I want to say thank you to my family who've been putting up with this and taking me away from Scrabble on a Friday to do this. And also thank you to you, Ernesto. You've been working even harder than me, driving the desk, helping with research and production. You do so much more than me in this show. And I just turn up and look, you know, like this. But you've done an incredible job. So it's so much down to you. So I want to say thank you before we move on to anything.
Thank you. Michael, you now seeing that there's been a change. You are a master on improv. So how do you think that this is going to evolve? And I think one of the great things, I mean, possibly you do not know what Michael has been doing, but Michael is a superstar in the Netherlands. He's been doing a show that is called All Together Now. and he has been judging the performance and the stagecraft and the singing for a number of different upcoming stars there in the Netherlands. So I think that you will be the right person to give us an idea of how this needs to be done right now that we are at home.
Well, I don't think that a whole lot changes. For me, the thing that's interesting, you're talking about this TV show, and there were people that around episode 3 started complaining, and they were like saying, you know, there's 100 jury members. Why do we keep seeing the same 5 over and over again? And not to diss any of my fellow hundreds, but some of them, they got the mic once and then another time, and then no one ever went back to them. The host never went to ask them their opinion, because she gave you a chance and she gave you a second chance and you blew it. So sometimes they say there's no second chances. I think sometimes there are, but when you've got your moment, you have to seize it. And some people love me, some people hate me. Doesn't matter, because they all know me when I'm on screen. So yeah,
there you are now.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what they say about you as long as they're talking about you, is one of the old PR standards. But when you have your moment, you have to be honest, you have to use your knowledge, and you have to use your charisma. And I think that's one of the advantages that I went, wow, she comes to me 5 times a show. What is it? And then later the director said, because you're doing what we need to make good television. You speak in small sound bites, you're honest, you give a great opinion, and you use your knowledge. And I don't think that changes whether you're on stage or doing it digitally.
I love your answer. And now we have to actually bring the great surprise to people. We have never had, and this is the first time ever, at least in my experience, that we're going to have a live performer working in this beautiful new environment that we're in. So
can't wait to see who it is.
Let me just introduce you to our new star, or do you want to introduce him, Dave?
I'd love to, because just in that video that played for me at the beginning, I was very honored to have Michael introducing me when we were speaking at NASA, and I'd love the opportunity to do the same thing for this gentleman. This guy we've known for many years. He's an incredible talent, incredible star. He's reinvented himself, and the world has taken notice. He's been an improv comedian with so many people like Seth Meyers and so on, and they all seem to jump onto the bigger limelight, but now is his time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to share with you one of my dear friends who's not only one of the most talented people I've ever met, but he's going to demonstrate that right now in front of you across the world on the Toilet Paper Diaries. I can't say any more. I'm just going to let him do his thing. Put your hands together for the incredible Michael Diedrich.
Thank you so much, Dave. I also have to say that on LinkedIn, my proudest achievement on LinkedIn is your recommendation to me. This sound equipment's been going for a while. When you guys said you were doing 50 episodes, I said, you know, things are difficult right now. People are having a hard time. They want the lockdown to be over, but we still have to remember that it's a great place we're living in. Of course there's troubles, but it's going to be over. One of my favorite songs of all time. This is What a Wonderful World. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends waving hands, saying, how do you do? But they're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow, just like 50 episodes with Dave and Ernesto. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Encore, ladies and gentlemen, it's Michael Duderick live on the Toilet Paper Diaries, our very first performance with an artist of his caliber. I'm sure it won't be the last. Wonderful. And so, I mean, when I do karaoke, people throw stuff at you. Flowers. Brilliant. Great performance. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I couldn't say shaking hands. It just didn't seem appropriate. And last night when I was practicing, I thought, wait a minute. Grow, Ernesto. Hey, I got it. So I thought I'd throw in a little verse. I actually sang this today at a nursing home as part of a big campaign to give people who are in lockdown ice cream from Hertog, which is a big national brand here. So I was back in my commercial outfit and I got to sing the song. So it was also nice to go, I'm going to do the jazz version tonight. Thank you for this opportunity, guys.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
Brilliant.
I got
Thank you
you
so
here on your Hertog outfit.
There he is.
Great. Okay, guys, it's important that we continue because we have some amazing guests still coming on, and possibly you have heard of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The co-author of the book, Sharon Lechter, is here with us, and she's going to be giving us some great advice on what to do right now. So,
hi, Ernesto and Dave. Congratulations on this 50th episode. What an incredible show. Thank you for adding value for all of us. I'm thrilled to be included in this. I'd like to share with each and everybody watching and listening, your own personal success story is yours to design. I created the personal success equation, which is taking your passion and your talent and combining those. But most of us stop there. To truly be successful, you need the power of association, like Ernesto and Dave's association. That power of association times taking the right action. A lot of times we know what we're supposed to do, we just don't do it. Power of association is so important, taking action, and the last element is faith, having faith in yourself. You have the opportunity to take yourself, your life, and your business to the next level. Remember your personal success equation, and go out there and create the success that you deserve.
Hey Ernesto and David, this is Fabian Lim. Firstly, congratulations on getting to 50 episodes. Here's my tip for business owners. And my tip rests in 3 alphabets, A, C, and R. I call this the ACR formula. Remember that A stands for attracting. You want to learn how to attract qualified prospects. Then you take them to the next stage, which is C, which is to convert them into customers. And finally, R. A lot of business owners forget about the R. The R is retention. Retention is important for many reasons. Primarily, the R helps you achieve longer lifetime value. And lifetime value in terms of revenues and profits is what keeps your business sustainable. To this end, you can adopt fairly well-known retention strategies, for example, creating a membership program so your customers feel special. Incentivize them to refer other people. We call this the advocacy program. Of course, you can also then create loyalty programs, points programs, cashback programs, discounts, promotions, VIP programs, especially for your customers. Bottom line, don't just focus on acquisition, focus on customer retention because that's the way to build a phenomenal business. This is Fabian Lim from Singapore, signing off.
Hey Dave, hey Ernesto, this is Greg Caesar and congratulations on 50 amazing episodes. Wanted to leave a quick tip for your guys and your audience to help them during these uncertain and trying times. Guys, remember this, it is way easier to walk around a mountain than it is to try and move the mountain. Businesses and people are changing how they conduct business today. So it is way easier for you to change your business model to match where the customers are and how they are doing business today. Those that are thriving have changed their business models. So what you need to do is look at what you're doing and how you're doing business, and now look at where your customers are and what they are looking for, and you have to change and model your business after what they are doing currently. So take a look at ways that you can align your business and your brand with where your customers are today. An example of that is Amazon. People are going and flocking to Amazon in large numbers to buy products. So can you get your products on Amazon and other brands that are doing that? So remember, pivot and change, and you will be where the customers are. Guys, thank you. This is Greg, and back to the studio.
Phenomenal.
Wow.
That is so great. Yeah.
It's incredible. Every single speaker we have on is an industry leader and a high achiever and one of the go-to experts that you see on the biggest stages and conferences around the world. And they're on our show right now, Ernesto. I feel incredibly humbled just to have them on here. It just feels great and brilliant. So well done to everybody.
Right now we're getting someone else from Monaco.
Greetings to you, Dave and Ernesto from Monaco. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe, and congratulations to the 50th episode of your show. That's impressive. So the tip from me would be to take this opportunity that the pandemic is giving us to get closer to our business partners. Ask them how they are doing, how their families are doing, and how the business is doing. I believe that we can get even closer and get through this together doing this, which means that when we are getting out of this, you'll be even stronger in your relationship with the people that really matters to your business.
Hi, my name is John Carlton. For the last 35 years or so, I've been helping entrepreneurs and business owners get to the next level of success through better communication, especially with writing. If writing is a problem for you, whether it's writer's block or it's just a sticking point, there's a very simple 3-step process you can use to get your communications to anyone down in good writing. The first step is to record what you're saying. Imagine you're talking to the person or to the list that you're trying to reach. Record it at fever pitch. Do it a couple of times if you want. Transcribe that recording. Then edit it. Take out the ums, the ahs, fix any segues that need to be fixed. And often what you come up with will be the best piece of writing you've done in a long time. Hope this helps. Stay safe, and I'll see you around the quad.
Hello there. My name is von Strompenaars, and I would love to thank Dave and Ernesto for organizing this Celebration 50. What a great idea. As you know, we have been in dilemma management for a long time. I have never heard the word dilemma so often as in these very difficult times created by COVID-19. What I would suggest is to think about problems and challenges you have, like, should we go for the economy or should we go for health? Issues like, shall we go for a wonderful individual freedom type of society, or should we go for group solidarity? These are dilemmas. EQ versus IQ, etc., etc. May I give you one piece of advice? First, formulate your problem as a dilemma so you know that there are two sides dragging you in a certain situation and dragging you in a certain direction. But ask the question, what can I do with one side to get more of the other side? So instead of choosing between the economy and health, you ask the question, what can I do with the economy that makes us more healthy? And what can I do with health to get a better economy? And that combination is wonderful. I would like to go and offer you a wonderful tip, a free app. But let's first go back to the studio.
Fon's Trumpinars there, and we will be getting Fon's and many of the other stars that you see on to do a full show in Fast Forward, because so little time for such great speakers. We have to go through the stuff that they have learned and share it with you as you go back into work and back into your brand new business as well. So that's coming up in Fast Forward, our new season. That's going to be starting after about a week and a half's break, I think.
Yeah, that is just great to have Fons Trompeners. He was one of my teachers when I was in Amsterdam in the Tropen Institute, and it's just makes me very, very excited to have him there. So we are almost getting to the very end of the show, which I'm very happy. I mean, we had so many guests that I knew that it was very hard to actually have them there. So let's just have 3 more of our amazing speakers, and then we come to a very important and a special part. So let's just listen to our correspondents and friends and incredible experts.
Hi Dave and hi Ernesto. This is a short video to send you a huge congratulations on your milestone achievement of 50 lockdown episodes of sharing great content from thought leaders, speakers and authors around the globe. And thank you for the opportunity to share a tip from Basecamp Abu Dhabi. And it's actually a quote, one of my favorite quotes by Lao Tzu from thousands of years ago. And that is, stand like mountain, flow like water. And now more than ever, we need to stand strong and stable and resilient like the mountains, weathering the storm, and also be like water, still as this lake, but also flowing like a river and adapting to the new environment, always finding a way.
Hi, Dave and Ernesto. John Matone here. Congratulations, gentlemen, on your 50th episode. What a fabulous accomplishment. My tip has to do with the strength of the human spirit. During this pandemic, and ultimately any difficult time, we must remember that the human spirit is the strongest element ever in the world. And the extent to which we can be resilient and strong, supported by our loved ones, supported by those around us, our families, our organizations, the extent to which we can be other-oriented, to be courteous and compassionate and altruistic will be the extent to which not only we're able to navigate this challenge, but future challenges as well.
Hey Dave, hey Ernesto. As you know, I normally live in Las Vegas, Nevada, but shortly before all this COVID happened, I was visiting my parents in Somerset in England, and then of course the lockdown happened, so I've been here for however long it's been now, I don't know, 3 years. I lose track of time. Actually, there's my parents there, sitting on the bridge. How funny. What are they doing here? The only challenge, of course, with being in England is that everything is so old. It's just, I feel like I'm in a scene from Downton Abbey, you know, the houses and the old bridges and the river there that's probably 3 billion years old or something, I don't know. But the truth is, it is quite nice to have a change of scenery, and of course it is great to reconnect with family and friends as well. So that's about it from me. Quick update, and pack up the satellite truck, guys. Back to you in the studio.
So many stars. I worked with John Matone, the second gentleman we saw there. He was Steve Jobs' coach and his mentor, just in case you're wondering, do I know this guy? Yes, Steve Jobs. That's Steve Jobs. And it's great to see all the stars there. Brilliant show, really enjoying it as well. And I think we've got everybody on now, haven't we? Have we talked to everybody of our promised amounts? I don't know, Ernesto.
I think we have. We have now here Munir, and let's just bring also Michael. And I think we're almost getting to the end of the show. So I have here my nice bottle of tequila. I know Munir is just with water because it's Ramadan there in Abu Dhabi, so it's understandable. And Michael couldn't wait, and he had already finished his cocktail. Or
he's necked it. This is the first drink I have had in about 3 months, because the nature of a show is we go out at 9 o'clock, and so by the time, don't drink it yet, Ernesto.
Oh, sorry.
Wait for the toast. You just can't get him anywhere. says, the first drink I've had in 3 months. I've broken the seal because it's a good reason. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure knowing you, working with you, and here's to another 50 plus episodes of the Toilet Paper Diaries and Fast Forward. Cheers, salute, and thanks to everybody who made this a possibility.
Cheers.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations again.
Proost from the Netherlands.
Yeah,
I feel like a celebrity being on your show, just saying.
That looks very cool, Munir, with some water. Hey, by the way, Dave, now that we're finishing, have you guys seen the movie Ocean's 11?
Yeah, love it. One of my favorite things, because we're talking about how we're going to finish a show when we've had so many. How many contributors have we had on the show? 100 something like that.
109 contributors throughout
109.
all the time. So this is just insane.
So how could we finish a show? And one of my favorite scenes is what you're talking about from Ocean's 11, the very end of the show with the fountain scene. You know what I mean? I don't know if anyone's seen this scene. You know it, Michael. And Munir, have you seen it?
I just watched this movie again like 2 nights ago, and literally I was falling asleep, and I was like, "Oh no, wait, no, I gotta watch the fountain scene."
The fountain scene. If you don't know what we're talking about, Ernesto, can you help? I love that.
So
That's
cool,
amazing. One of my favorite bits of the film, and it's a great film anyway. So we've got 109 contributors who've helped us. How can we possibly do that with all those people, Ernesto?
Well, let's give it a try.
Oh God.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's been an amazing
Ernesto,
experience, Dave.
the end of an era. I'm looking forward to our next 50 episodes. I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else but you, the guys, our contributors, and the amazing people who've called in, watched this show, and made it what it is. It's the Toilet Paper Diaries, man. I love it. I love you, and it's been a pleasure.
I love you too. I love everybody, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure and real honor to be there with you these 50 days. And we have some great times ahead. I think things are going to start changing. We have a whole new world, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. Thank you for everybody that has contributed. And if you didn't see yourself there in the video, we're sorry. We just completely
run out of
it was
time.
just very difficult to fit everybody on the video for having the fountain scene.
But we love you
But
equally.
We still love you.
And we'll get you on the show again. So Ernesto, that's about it really, isn't it? We're going to come back and let everybody know how to catch us. The podcast is there. Also, the 50 episodes are all available for you to watch on YouTube. And make sure you stay safe wherever you do, because we're here for you. And even though we're coming out of lockdown, we're going to go right back into it, and we're going to make sure we're there for you at every step of your brand new business and your new opportunity. And Ernesto, by the time you come back, maybe your hair will be cut. We'll have to find out.
Yeah. Watch till the end.
Something coming.